So we're at board 11 and we have South as our dealer with a pretty miserable hand, so they'll just pass. And our West player, I'd be opening this one just with one diamond. So it's only got 11 points, but because of its 6-4 hand shape, I think you should get in there and start opening it. Now South's got a very, very nice hand themselves with 17 points. I'd just be overcalling one heart on this one. I don't think I'm quite powerful enough in terms of my shape to double and then bid, showing a very strong hand. Now over this, our East player has an interesting bid. Regardless of whether you do or don't play one diamond as promising 4, I'd probably raise to 2 diamonds in this situation as East, because partner's very likely to have 4 diamonds and you just want to be able to get in there, describe your points and show your partner that you've got some diamonds. Now over one heart, we also get a shortage point as South, and you can raise to 2 hearts. And if this happens, North will simply pop the contract into 4 hearts, even if the West player bids 3 diamonds. So it should end up in a 4 heart contract by our North-South pairs. And how do we go in 4 hearts? So we're going to lose 1 diamond. We do have the finesse available in spades, so we're not going to lose any spades or any hearts. And you've got a bit of a problem in your clubs. Your best way to play your club suit is by taking what's called the indirect finesse. Now to do this, what you want to do is you want to get to the South hand and you'll actually want to play a club from South up towards the King Queen in North. Now here we're going to see the singleton ace, so that's going to solve all our problems there. But if you didn't see the ace, what you'd do is try to put in the Queen, and if that worked you could then get back across to the South hand and repeat the finesse. Now, because of the fact that we want to do so many things on this hand in terms of the card play, we need to do a spade finesse. We also need to do possibly 2 finesses in clubs. We only need 1 today, but you technically need none with the stiff ace, but you want to be able to do 2. What it means is that we've got 3 pieces of work to do. We have a spade finesse and possibly up to 2 club finesses. Now, this means that you're actually going to want to have 3 possible entries to the South hand to do all these bits of work. Now what I'd end up doing in terms of getting those entries is actually playing my heart suit really, really well, just to try to capitalize on the number of entries, because you can actually get yourself 2-3 entries, or nearly 3 entries. Maybe it's only 2 you can get. So the way that you could do this, oh no, you can get to 3, beautiful. So the way that you can do this is if you end up playing out the King of Hearts and playing a small one from the dummy, the next thing you want to do is cross over to the Ace of Hearts in South. I might actually just, we'll put this one in here and we'll have a play through it. So who's on lead? We've got our East player. So let's say that East started off, they might start off with the Ace of Diamonds and continue another diamond, which of course, there's our first problem. Alright, so at this stage, what we'll actually want is we'll want the North player to actually ruff with the 7. Now the thing is here, it doesn't matter which card that we ruff with, but what we want to do, this 3 is actually really, really important. It's actually going to be used as an entry to the hearts over in South. So if it doesn't matter which card you ruff with, I generally say don't ruff with your lowest one, because you might find that it becomes useful a bit later. So let's say you ruffed with the 7, and remember we wanted 3 entries to South. We could start off with the King of Hearts, and now importantly play the 8 of Hearts out across to the Ace. We're only going to get 2 entries here, unless you played for trumps to be 2-2, which you don't really want to do. So then when you get across to South, what you could do now that the trumps broke, is take one of your finesses, which ends up working, which is great. And then you've got your entry here. You would have either had the spade or you've also got your hearts. So now what you can also do is play up your clubs. Now we see the ace, but if we didn't see the ace, we'd also be able to use our 9 or our 6 as an entry over to the South hand to be able to repeat it. So it's really important to consider your entries when you are playing a hand like this. It's especially important when you've got a big fit in trumps, because you might be able to get entries where you wouldn't normally see them, and it's also really important when you have one pretty strong hand opposite one weak hand, because normally you'll need entries to the weak hand to be able to lead up and take finesses towards the strong hand.